Well, hello, good evening, and welcome to a virtual church in this new year of 2024, the first broadcast on BIS. I'm your host for the evening, Richard McVeigh, and I'm sure Caroline will join us later, and maybe one or two furry creatures as well. It's good to be home. It's good to be back. Can you hear those gorgeous bells? We are using tonight the organ of Doodle Lounge, the surround version, and oh, it's so good. Two things. This surround version is now available for you to buy, and even if she was so inclined, for her to buy. But she's already got it, because it's here. So go and buy it, because it's blooming good. The second thing is, can you hear those bells? They are the bells of Doodle Lounge. Aren't they beautiful? And I can just press this stop in, and they rather unceremoniously just stop like that. But I can hear it just starting on that single bell there. It's beautiful, isn't it? Romsey Abbey does that as well. There's a secret way to engage the Romsey Abbey bells. Who knows how to do it? I do hope you're all well, and I do hope that you are sitting tightly, because we've got quite a show coming your way tonight. We are, of course, in Epiphany. We're also in Christmas tide still, which is why I've got my Christmas car jumper on. But tonight is Epiphany. So, worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness is, I think, one of the great hymns for Epiphany, followed by this one, which is How Bright Appears the Morning Star, with mercy beaming from afar. We have a top 5 tonight, and also we have a little bit of gossip. Gossip in that I'm going to tell you basically what you can expect on BIS in 2024. And it's a bit of a long list. I'm already quite tired thinking about it. Anyway, let's get on to our second hymn tonight. Another banger for the season of Epiphany. Isn't it, Bobby? Yes. This is How Bright Appears the Morning Star, with mercy beaming from afar. The harmony here to this tune is by the great man J.S. Bach. Bobby, it's already ridiculous. I've been going live for 6 minutes and you're already all over the place. Come on, sort yourself out, love. Let's go. As Fern has just said, this organ is magnificent. Love Doodleange. I'm completely with you there, Fern. I absolutely love it as well. Good evening, Peter from Denmark. It's very good to have you with us. Ian Johnson just simply says, yeah. Oh, I see, because Ian Johnson did say Happy New Yarm all. I like that. Happy New Yarm. Yarm. Yeah, it's a bit like a cowboy. Yarm all. I prefer that. I should keep that one, actually. Daniel Kibaki just simply says fun. Well, there's a lot of fun coming your way tonight, including the next one, I should say, because the next one is something that appeared on BIS for the very first time. No, that's a complete lie. It appeared on BIS for the very second time in December. Bring a torch, Janette, Isabella. Two separate people there, Janette, Isabella. Because I originally thought her name was Janette Isabella. I didn't know who Janette Isabella was. But it's Janette and Isabella. Bring a torch to the cradle run. It is Jesus, good folk of the village. Christ is born of Mary's calling. Ah, ah, beautiful is the mother. Ah, ah, beautiful is her son. Probably it should be more ah, rather than ah. And then verse 2 is hush, hush. So I say it's the, this will be the third time. No, I don't know, I've lost count. What I'm getting at, guys, is the fact that I played the organ arrangement by Keith Chapman of this piece in December. However, the premiere was given by Jerry Martin on BIS of the piece last year, 2 years ago. No, a year ago, you know what I mean. Christmas before last one, right? But we've never had the hymn on which that organ arrangement is based. And it's pretty nifty, actually. It goes a bit like this. You recognise it, right, from the organ arrangement? And it's been requested by Daniel Kubaki, who says, you asked me, he said, you act some to request this hymn, so I am. I think what he's saying there is, you asked someone to request this hymn, so I am requesting it. So Daniel, thank you very much for requesting it. It'll be good to actually hear the tune, won't it? Hands up if you know this tune. It's not well known in England. However, when I played the organ version in Romsey Abbey over Christmas, expecting no one to know it, someone came over and said, I know that tune, and she was able to sing it. She was a church warden as well, no less. So that was pretty cool. I thought, wow, someone knows a tune. Anyway, enough waffle, because VC is all about waffle, isn't it? Although I'm trying to behave. Let's get on with the music. So the words, as I said, bring a torch, Janette, Isabella. It's a traditional French carol. So give me a thumbs up if you know the hymn. Let's have a go. Bobby, stay there. I think it probably would normally be sung a lot slower than that, actually, because it's a lullaby. Verse 3, the words are this: softly to the little stable, softly for a moment come. Look and see how charming is Jesus, how he is warm, his cheeks are rosy. Hush, hush. See how the child is sleeping. Hush, hush. See how he smiles in dreams. Isn't that beautiful? So I think if I was conducting this in a church with my choir, I would probably get them to sing it much more lyrically than Keith Chapman gets in his incredible arrangement. I'd probably go for something like this. Probably even slower, actually. Let's have a... How he is warm, his cheeks are rosy. Hush, hush. See how the child is sleeping. Hush, hush. See how he smiles in her dreams. Probably it works, that speed, doesn't it? But if you know the Keith Chapman arrangement, you just can't imagine it being done any slower. You know. Daniel, thanks for requesting that, my friend. Anyway, let's go on now to another one for Epiphany. Another one of the greats. This one always causes debate on which tune should be sung. So, I am in Hampshire. Now, this is going to get a bit confusing, right? I'm in Hampshire, and the organist, a few organists ago at the cathedral in Winchester, was a chap called Alwyn Surplice. Most of you would have probably never heard of him, which is fine, absolutely fine. And he, it's confusing because he wrote a hymn tune called West Sussex, but he was in Hampshire. West Sussex is a county next to Hampshire. And here in Hampshire, here in Winchester at least, they sing the tune West Sussex to Brightest and Best of the Sons of the Morning, which I realise isn't on my iPad, which is why I'm just sort of delaying a little bit. Where is it? Brightest and Best, West Sussex. Wessex. There it is. Sorry. It's called Wessex, not West Sussex. Wessex. I'll play a verse of it. It's not a particularly well known as like the other tune is, but there are a few tunes to this, and no one can quite decide which is the best tune. So actually, I've got 3 tunes on my iPad. I have actually got 3 tunes. I've got one by Alwyn Surplice, which I think is wonderful. I've got what the famous normal one called Epiphany, and then we've got one called Morning Star. Then a 4th one by Healy Willan. So should we have all 4 of them? That could be fun. And actually, luckily, there are 4 verses as well. So I might have to do something in between each verse. Can I do it? Do I need to do it? No, I can relate all the keys as well, luckily. Okay, so we'll start with West Sussex, and then we'll go into, I don't know. Let's see how we get on. You tell me which tune you think is the best, and I will then catch up with people who've been very kindly donating in the chat. So let's have a go at this one. This should be fun. really cool. Let's have a little bit of fun, because VC is all about fun, right? So let me grab my keyboard without pulling everything off over there. The wire isn't quite long enough. And let's have a BIS vote. How on earth do I do this? I can't remember. Poll. Yeah, so the first one we had was Brightest and Best. Let's see which is factually, scientifically proven the best tune to these words, as according to BIS community. Where did we go after the first one? We went into this tune by Healy Willam, which was quite nice. It's called Stella, like the drink, Orientis. Add option. The third tune that I played was called Morning Star. It's easy to remember, isn't it? Because that's a good one, a good title for Epiphany. And then the final one I played was the famous, which I think is a famous, Epiphany. So you vote, and then I will possibly, I don't know what I'll do with it. Maybe I'll play the winner again.
Hello.
So I just want to say,
hello.
Oh, hello. We've got a guest in the music room.
A guest?
A guest, a VIP guest in the music room.
Not a guest.
I'm just catching up with the donations. So Bill, thank you very much. Marsha, thank you very much. Jerry, thank you very much. I hope you had a good trip into Europe. I don't know where in the world you are right now. Actually, you're not in Europe, are you? Is it ROI not in Europe?
Yeah, of course it is.
Well, you say of course it is, but it's the Republic of Ireland. It's not the Northern Ireland.
It's in the EU. It's in Europe.
Of course it is. Yeah, of course it is. Silly me.
We're not in
Ben,
the EU anymore,
Brady.
but they are.
I'm not talking about the EU. I'm talking about Europe.
Well, we're all in Europe, the continent
Well,
Europe.
that's very true. Yeah, silly. It's been a long day. Ben, Brady, Doc Bauer, Dean, Thomas. Thank you all so much for your donations.
Is Good Chappie in tonight?
I jolly well hope so. If he isn't, he's got a lot of explaining to do.
There's a tune to Brightest and Best that he always asks you to play, which is not very well known.
Well, I literally just played 4 tunes.
No, not any
and
of
it wasn't
those.
any of those. Give over with you. It must have been one of those. Can't think of another one.
No, there is another one. It's really obscure. I'm going to find it because it's in this hymn book.
No, well,
I have this
not having it now.
photographic memory.
I know, you're just weird.
No, but if Good Chappie's here, he'll know what I mean.
Well, look, no, I'm going into the next hymn. Don't ruin the flow. It's Hark, Sinner, Hark, requested by Benjamin Yao.
It's called Bede.
It's not St. Bede.
Well, yeah, maybe. Saint Bede. It's called Bede.
Benjamin Yao has requested a hymn, so I'm going to play this hymn for
My
Ben.
handle.
So you keep saying.
There you are. For Good Chappie, you have to play it. Oh dear.
Okay, so Benjamin Yao has requested this hymn. I think the tune is a nice one to ring in the new year, and it's Hark, Sinner, Hark. We have tidings so true, tidings of pardon and blessings for you. I think it's called Ring the Bells. And you'll see why it's called that in the refrain. Benjamin Yao likes a refrain. We all know that. Who's this? Yeah, Maurice, your awkward guest, yes. Nothing, didn't say anything. Didn't say anything.
And there's Good Chappie. Oh, it's your bells.
It's me bells, as our estranged guest was said in the background.
Well, since when did I become a guest in my own home?
I would engage bells for the bell hymn.
Ah.
Yeah, so these are the doodle
What does it
orange
say
bells.
at the top?
Where?
Top of that page.
Free, free, free.
Oh, I thought it said fire, fire, fire. That's what Hugo shouts.
It doesn't say fire, fire, fire. No, that would be a very different hymn indeed.
There is a madrigal called Fire, Fire by Thomas Morley.
Right.
F-Y-E-R, not F-I-R-E.
What's the difference between F-Y-R-E or A-E-R and F-I-R-E?
Probably
That's
is.
the old English spelling, isn't it?
Don't know.
I think it probably is.
Someone in the congregation will be able to tell me.
Hey, it's not a congregation. This is not a service.
It's
This
a
is.
virtual congregation.
They're the audience. They're the audience. Right, let's go. Let's. I don't like the way those bells stop. I wish there was a fade. Jerry Martin, are you still watching?
Yes, he is.
I wish there was a fade. You know, like certain organs.
Has anyone seen Bobby yet?
Yes, they've all seen Bobby, and I've seen Bobby, and she's walked over the keyboard already.
Oh.
Even before I basically started talking, she was on the keyboard. Where is Bethlehem of noblest cities?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes, but I can't work it out in the alphabet.
Well, after A,
It should be there, B-E-T-H.
Well, maybe it's not in your
Oh.
BIS hymnal.
Why is it not in there? Maybe it's...
So I've got this bead on the music desk for your friend Good Chappie, because he'll be devastated
Oh,
if you don't play
that's a
it.
good point. We need to see who won at the vote. The vote. There we go. Look. Oh well.
Run away.
Of course. Well.
Run away.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised. But let's have a couple of verses of Brightest and Best of the Sons of the Morning. And because Jappy is very much, I think, a heritage listener, he's an HL, isn't he? He has to be an HL. I seem to remember Good Chappy popping his name into the chat in the good old days of the Viscount organ.
You had the Viscount organ for ages.
I know, but yeah, Brightest and Best. Let's have a couple of verses of that to Epiphany, and then we'll have Good Chappy's fifth tune. So here we go, end poll. I think the clear winner is that one. So second place, I can't see the poll on my screen. Why not? The results. Oh, there they are. So second place was Morning Star. And that's a nice tune, isn't it? I think that's an American one. I don't know. No, is it? I don't know. No, I don't think it is American at all. It's a nice tune. Second place.
It's not American? What
No.
are you saying?
I just don't. We don't. I say we. I've never used a hymn book with that tune with the words before. Anyway, so here's the winner, Epiphany. Let's just have a couple of verses of this great tune as determined by the BIS chat. And I'm glad that Marcus, at least Marcus, has discovered where the bells are in the Romsey Abbey sample set.
Oh, that's your secret. You didn't have instructions for that, did you?
No, it's
a secret.
Easter
Is that
egg.
in your free demo? The hidden
No,
bells?
it's certainly not. No.
Oh, Bobby's ready. She's
Just
ready
save
and
the person.
poised.
No, well, tough, Bobby. I'm playing now. To those wondering, that was the tune Bede, B-E-D-E, the 5th tune that we've had tonight to the words Brightest and Best of the Sons of the Morning. It's called Bede. And it's by Handel. It comes from his opera or oratorio, Athalia. And it's been adapted by John Goss into a hymn tune. Okie dokie. Let's now move on to our next hymn, which wasn't in the iPad, so I'm going to have to find it in the good old, trusty old NEH. I should be using the REH now, shouldn't I? I should be getting used to that. It is Bethlehem of Noblest Cities. Feels like a very long time since I've been sat here doing a virtual church, and it has. It's been pretty much a month since I did a virtual church. I've done a few broadcasts and live streams since, but the last VC we did was in early December, and it feels very strange. I've sort of gotten out of the routine of doing it a little bit. But it's great to be here with friends and in good company. Apparently someone said that my eyes, they need to wear my glasses. The problem is with these glasses, Hazel, is I don't think the prescription is any longer relevant to my eyes.
So I think you need to go and get a new appointment with the
I don't think they're very good. Not only that, is they are absolutely filthy. I can't even see through. I don't know whether that's because they're dirty or because my eyes are...
Oh gosh, Bobby, your dad.
I don't know.
What do you think, Bobby?
So I'm not going to wear them today because I think they're making it worse, to be honest. And there's nothing worse than putting glasses on and things getting worse because it gives you a headache, which is not much fun. And you're trying to play the organ.
James Palmer, you get a free eyesight test now due to your age. He's not amused about that.
Watch it, my friend. Okay, let's go on to a request that came in from Glenn Snyder. I should say also, by the way, some of these requests are pre-Christmas Day, I mean. So I'm just playing catch up a little bit. What is it? It's I heard the bells on Christmas Day.
That was me.
Quiet in the back, please. I heard the bells on Christmas Day. It's not at the top. So I heard the bells. Come on. And I heard the voice of Jesus say. No, that's not what I wanted to hear. Why isn't it there? Waltham.
You might not have played it before. Or did you add it earlier?
I added it earlier, and I remember I remember typing in Waltham.
Oh dear.
Oh, well, I have to zoom past that, and maybe someone
Would you like me to look for it?
could get it for me.
What's it called?
It's there. It's I heard the bells on Christmas Day about a tune called Waltham.
Oh, he's emailed a high quality scan. Let me find it.
No, but he hadn't. That's the problem.
Ah.
It wasn't in the email, so I had to download it. So
Okay.
it's not on my email.
I'll find it. Bobby! She's batting me as I walk past. She's playing.
Let's go on to the next one. Hail to the Lord's Anointed. We've got a couple of tunes here. This is not a request. This is a meism. I've got two tunes. One called Sheffield, and one called Kruger. The Kruger is the more well-known one. That's interesting, isn't it? So should we have two tunes to hail to the Lord's Anointed, great David's greater son, hail in the time appointed, his reign on earth begun. Let's have two tunes. So Sheffield going into Kruger. That's a rather pretty good. Rather, choose one of those. Reharm by good old Noel Rawsthorne there, I think. I love seeing where he takes the harmony, bit of twists and turns through that harmonic jungle. You never quite know which way he's going to go next. It's wonderful. It really uplifts the hymn, doesn't it? It makes it really sort of more, gives it more something. Okay, Benjamin Yao has had another request. This is his second today. So this is actually really appropriate for the season of New Year. New Year, that is, yes. Not necessarily Epiphany, not necessarily Christmas, but New Year. So the tune is, which you'll know, all of you will know straight away, the tune is Auld Lang Syne. The words are this. Should nothing of our efforts stand, no legacy survive, unless the Lord does raise the house in vain, its builders strive. To you who boast tomorrow's gain, tell me, what is your life? A mist that vanishes at dawn. All glory be to Christ. And then the refrain goes, all glory be to Christ our King, all glory be to Christ. His rule and reign will ever sing, all glory be to Christ. Okay?
Bobby's still there.
She's always there. She just wants some of the B word. If you give her some biscuits, she'll stop being a pain.
Yeah, but I think it's quite funny having her.
I'm glad you find it funny.
So do your listeners.
Glad you find it funny at my expense, walking over the keyboard and causing me great stress over here.
It all adds to the atmosphere.
as Brady says. Man, that's loud. Brady, all I can say to that is you should hear it in here. Rather ironically, our youngest daughter is just woken up. I don't think it was anything to do with the organ, by the way. I think she's just woken up, completely irrespective of how loud this organ goes. So, Benjamin, thank you very much for that. That was I'll say that again. All glory be to Christ. That's what it's called. The first line, if you want to check it out, is should nothing of our efforts stand, no legacy survive. It's a rather good arrangement, isn't it? So, over 300 people watching. That's Katrina says, hello, baby. That's very sweet. Could you give me your location? Just like this. Let me show you how to do it. Very simple. Just go plonk, plonk, and then I'm going to put that. There we go. So let's see where you all are in the world. Go for it. While I'm doing that, I'm going to play the next request, which comes in, hopefully now, on my email. Glenn, I didn't receive the email, my friend. I checked. I searched for your name and all sorts. I looked, but I couldn't find it. To make sure that is it in your sent items? Because I think it's happened before. Certainly with a few people saying they've sent something and I just haven't received it. And it's rather worrying that I'm not receiving potentially emails. So lots of people from all over the world. I can't possibly say them all. It's just going so fast. Look at it. It's amazing, isn't it? I can see someone's in lounge. What's it like in lounge, Maurice? Cozy? Someone's in Wales, Illinois, Netherlands, Chicago. Oh, brilliant. All over the place. All over. Guildford, Toby. There's a good organ there, isn't there? There's a few. Okay, so Glenn requested, I teased him by saying I'll play it and then proceeded not to play it. So I apologise for that, Glenn, but we'll have it now. The tune is called Waltham, and the words are this. I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play. And wild and sweet, the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Very short, actually, very short verses. So let's have a look at this. I haven't used a clarinet yet on the choir. Now let's go for the mutations on the grate first, with the flutes. So many stops. Look at them all. It's ludicrous. All those stops are great. All of these stops are choir. So that's great. That's choir. And on that side you've got swell and pedal. And over here are the chamades. It's ridiculous. This organ is out of hand. It's too big. But I tell you what, guys, it's phenomenal having all of these physical stops for an organ like this, because I can just pick and choose the exact stop that I want. That is a treat. That's a privilege. And being able to do that makes me so grateful that we achieved this organ together. A dream come true for me, and I hope that it enables you to have a good time on a Sunday night with me or whoever sat here on your telly. I heard the bells on Christmas Day as requested by Glenn Snyder before Christmas. So this is one of those catch-up hymns. Wallace says, wonderful how I can take a familiar tune and makes it sound so perfect. Well, Ben, that's so kind. Thank you so much. That's very generous. I just play what I feel. And whether the tempo's right or wrong, or whether it's too loud or too quiet, doesn't matter, does it really? I think if I do it again next time, next week, it will be different. But I really appreciate comments like that. Thank you very much. Right, where's my list gone? Oh, there it is. I'm looking all over the place for my list. It's on the music desk. Okay, so just a couple more hymns, and then what we'll do is we'll go into our top 5, and then we'll have the live requests, which is always the best part, I think, of VC, the live requests, because it just never know what's going to happen. I'll hand over to you, and you can request whatever you want at this point. But before you do that, we're going to have, As with Gladness, Men of Old. Classic hymn for the season of Epiphany. Okay, so we have one more pre-request before we then go into our next section of virtual church. I've got a feeling that Dr. Rawsor would have done something very exciting with this one. It's ye holy angels bright, who wait at God's right hand, or through the realms of light, fly at your Lord's command. The tune is called Darwell's 148. Actually, there were 7 verses in this book, but I'm not going to do 7 verses. Don't worry about that. I think I'll probably do 4. Yes. Oh, yes, we've done this one before. It's a banger. It's a banger. It's a corker. You'll like it. I want to hear lots of emojis. See lots of emojis for this one when we get into the final verse. Pick your emoji, go with it. Okay, let's now have ye holy angels bright, who wait at God's right hand. This has been requested by Bill Ratey, who says it's a joy-filled tune, mixtures and rawthorn. Check. Let's go. Let's engage tuba. I did say to choose whatever emoji you want, and of course, there's always one who goes for the toilet plunger and roadworks, and looks like looks like the roses, the Tudor logo. And all right, let's put in some magic mushrooms down now. Anyway, thank you very much, Bill, for requesting that wonderful hymn. And yes, a bit of Rawson at the end there, and a bit of McVeigh as well thrown in for good measure.
That wasn't the Tudor rose, wasn't it? The House of York.
Was it? I don't know. There's a. No, isn't it? No, I thought it was a Tudor.
Well, the Tudor rose was combined the House of York and Lancaster.
I have to Google it.
You have to ask Maurice.
So that was the final doodah.
So
final pre-request for the first section of VC, and we're going to end this final section with an organ piece, which was requested by Dan Marshall. This is not necessarily an Epiphany hymn. An Epiphany tune. I'll get there eventually. An Epiphany organ piece whatsoever. But he says it's a personal favourite of mine. Hymn, so I will play it. It is the Elegy by George Thalbenball. And if you have any more requests for organ pieces, particularly I think one's appropriate for Epiphany, please do let me know. They don't necessarily have to be Epiphany organ pieces. They can just be general uplifting organ pieces, because we are in a celebratory season, of course. Forza Ferrari, what do you think of this? So, George Thalbenball's Elegy for Dan Marshall. I tell you, Forza, what I think about this is I want to go this year. I want to go. So that could be fun. Could be very dangerous, but I want to go. I'll take my Beetle. Right, so here we go. Thalbenball's beautiful Elegy. Let me get some stops drawn out before I start, because that wouldn't be much fun, would it, having no stops drawn out? So let's go quiet to great. Let's get rid of that. Let's go for a really luscious sound, because quite frankly, chat, it would be rude not to on this organ, wouldn't it? Okay, I think I've got it. Let's have a go, see what happens. Isn't that gorgeous? That particular organ piece, fabulous. And it's amazing to think that it was just improvised by the great man, Sir George Salvin Ball. Just improvised it. Some of the best organ pieces have been improvisations, haven't they? Apparently Liszt used to improvise like a madman, and the Fantasia and Fugue on the Ad Nos started life as a bit of an improvisation, scribbled it down. Basically most of the pieces by Marcel Dupré, but all improvisations written down. Yeah, fabulous. Anyway, thank you very much for requesting that, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Someone should write down John Hosking's improvisation on Happy Birthday from last year's BIS VC on the occasion of your 39th birthday.
Crazy arrangement. The crazy arrangement. Right, just before we get into our top 5 tonight, which comes in from Benjamin Yao, I'm just going to give you a little bit of a sneak peek as to what 2024 is going to hold. And the reason I'm wanting to tell this to you is because if I say it, then it's got to happen. So if someone's there with a clipboard, writing down what I'm going to be doing this year, come back to me in December or January next year and say, Mr. McVeigh, you didn't do this. You said you were going to do it. You didn't do it. I want my money back. Well, so this is where I'm sort of putting my life on the line here now. So 2024. So 2023 was really busy, right? So we had a sample set. We had all sorts of things. I put a post online given sort of the BIS stats and what we achieved in 2023. 2024, this is what I sort of want to do. Okay. So I've got around half a dozen already major pipe organs to record. That's cathedral organs and very well-known church organs. A new sample set, a new BIS sample set is coming to market this year. I'm very excited about that. I want to bring out 2 music books containing new compositions. So we have one almost ready to go, and then we're going to have one coming out next year, which will be as a result of the next composition competition. So early warning for any composers out there, there's going to be a composition competition, but this year it will be based on Christmas tunes, Christmas themes. So the composition will have to be based on a Christmas tune, and then they will be all published in a book later in the year. As some of you will have seen, I am going to arrange the Jurassic Park soundtrack. I've started that and it's coming along very nicely, and I want to record it on a spectacular organ. I haven't yet chosen an organ, but I do have, I am in communication with some people already about recording it on their organ. And you know by now that BIS don't do things by halves. I'll leave it there. I've got a visit to the USA planned. I'm going over to Chicago to do some recording over there. And whilst I'm over in Chicago, whilst I'm over in America, I want to go around a little bit, meet some people, meet some of you guys, and of course, play your organs, record your organs, and just have a good old time, basically. We have a BIS concert or BIS sort of virtual church on tour in a real venue. We have at least one already in the diary, so I want to have more of those. So that'll be announcing that very soon. That's for October, by the way. So I'm going to give you lots of warnings. So if you want to travel, it will be a BIS thing in Romsey Abbey, and it's very, very exciting. I don't know what it's going to be like yet. I'm just trying to pull all those cogs together to make it into a really exciting occasion. But stay tuned. It's going to be in October. In fact, I might even have the date. I do have the date. This is for the Keen Beans. The Keen Beans, 5th of October. Pencil it in your diary. Pencil it in your diary, okay? 5th of October. There's going to be a playing competition, so a performance, organ performance competition, live, that will be. I'm going to be doing some podcasts. So I've already done a number of On the Bench interviews with Anna Lapwood, John Challenger, Colin Walsh, to name a few, Richard Gowers. but I'm going to be continuing on with that in more of a podcast theme. I'm going to be visiting people's houses, which sounds a bit creepy, but I'm going to be going around to your house, into the camera, into your house, to have a look at your organ. So if you have an interesting organ, I want to come and see it. I want to come and record it. I want to come and talk to you about it. Get in touch if you've got something that you think people will want to see. Okay? And of course, most of the things I've said, like the competition, won't be possible without the BIS music room. So that is going to take place hopefully over the coming few months. Hang on a second, look at this. Utterly ridiculous. A cat on the pedalboard. BIS Music Room, big project going on. So I'm going to take you along the way, and we'll need to do a little bit more fundraising to help pay for the music room. So quite a few things there. And if you want, I will give you a very short sneak peek of my Jurassic Park arrangement later. Okay, but you've got to stay tuned. I'll play that, a few bars, a few lines, a page or so of it, after I've done Benjamin Yau's top 5. So Benjamin Yau is a good friend of BIS. He sends in requests every week, and Ben, along with Bill, by and large between them, sometimes other people get involved, provide the track list, which is a fantastic thing to do. It takes a bit of time sort of getting the hymns and then the timing. So thank you very much for doing that. So let's get into Ben's list now. This is actually, I must say, relevant, I guess, for the season of Advent. But listen to this. This is what Ben says. Having been greatly encouraged by the general positive response to Ben's previous hymn requests on Virtual Church, I have decided to submit a list of 5 hymns focused on the subject of the Lord's return, which is rather timely for the Advent season. So it's a little bit late, but we are all waiting for the second coming, aren't we? So Benjamin's denomination do not observe the liturgical calendar. He doesn't actually write in here what denomination it is. But he says, to us, our remembrance of the Lord Jesus Christ every first day of the week encompasses the remembering of his birth, his life, death, and resurrection, as well as the upcoming return and reign on earth, the second coming. This is followed by the breaking of the bread and drinking of the cup. That sounds a bit like a Eucharist, doesn't it? It is with this simple practice that we proclaim not only the blessedness through his death in the past, but also the glorious hope of his return in the future. Most of these selected hymns, if not all, have been sung in our various assembly meetings. And in typical Benjamin Yau fashion, choruses and refrains are aplenty. I wrote that bit at the end there. So number 5, starting at number 5 as we always do, it is Midst the Darkness. So Benjamin says, this hymn was used as the annual theme song for our second Sunday, so our Sunday Bible school a few years ago, accompanying the theme verse taken from John 14, chapter 3. And I quote, "If I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself. That where I am, that there ye may also be. That where I am, there ye also may be." The hymn expresses the anticipation of the Lord's return amid the present world in its wretchedness and weariness, and that this blessed joy of meeting him is made possible through his first coming, where he died on the cross to bear the curse for us. So the hymn in question is midst, so amidst the darkness, storm and sorrow, one bright gleam I see. Well I know the blessed morrow, Christ will come for me. This one doesn't have a refrain. was just saying that Caroline's brought me through a Coke and it's flat as a pancake. It's obviously been open for a few weeks. That's my fault. I'm the only person who drinks Coke around here. Number 4 in Benjamin's list is the Crowning Day. The tune is called Crowning Day. Excuse me. Benjamin says, you would soon realise that several hymn tunes featured in this list are composed by the same composer, the American James McGranahan, and thus these tunes would have this distinct American rhythm. The text of this hymn focuses on the crowning day to come, where the Lord Jesus would return, no longer swaddling clothes in a manger, but, quoting Matthew 24 verse 33, and then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. The rhythmic tune well reflects a state of gleeful watching and waiting the hymn exhorts us to be in. The rhythmic tune well reflects the state of gleeful watching and waiting. Okay, so the crowning day goes a little bit like this. I'm going to rotate. There we go. How does it go? Okay, This one looks like a bit of a jolly one. Actually, all of Ben's requests are always jolly, so I shouldn't sound so surprised. So that was called "The Lord is Now Rejected, and by the World Disowned, by the Many Still Neglected, and by the Few Enthroned." But soon he'll come in glory, the hour is drawing nigh, for the crowning day is coming by and by. Number 4 in Benjamin Yau's top 5. If you'd like to send me through a top 5, please do. We actually are now up to date, I think. I think I have a couple in the backlog, but now would be a really good time for you to send me your top 5. It could be on any theme, any liturgical theme. It could be a very personal list to you, or it could just be 5 hymns that you would like to hear me play. It doesn't need to be a specific thing. So please do send them through, otherwise I'll have to come chasing. And I will chase my patrons, and I will chase my channel members. Okay, so let's go into number 3 now. It's Thou Art Coming, O My Saviour. Another tune by James McGranan. Where is it? Thou Art Coming, O My Saviour. This tune was once featured during a previous live virtual church, albeit that performance was wrought with omitting the final line in the chorus because of the repeat was not found. This last thing I can't remember. I first encountered this hymn during an evening ministry meeting before the pandemic. Picture this. A room full of believers stood on their feet singing this hymn unaccompanied, expressing this joy to see, with eyes of faith, the presently yet unseen, his impeding return and glorious reign, and how we will also be like him in that glorious day. Indeed, what a blessed confidence and assurance we have, knowing the hope we watch and wait. With cannot fail. Well, that's what Benjamin says. That's his choice of language there. Knowing the hope we watch and wait, with cannot fail. I like that. Come on, Bobby. I know you like it too, but did you give us some biscuits? Our intruder has disappeared. There she is. Well, would you give Bobby some biscuits? She keeps jumping up.
Would you like some biscuits?
Just at the wrong time.
Oh, Bob's.
I like winding her up. Okay, so thou, excuse me, thou art coming, O my Saviour. Thou art coming, O my King. Every tongue thy name confessing. Well may we rejoice and sing. thank you very much. Was that Bill? Yeah, Bill, thank you very much for your 5 channel memberships. That's very kind. And Ian, thank you very much for your £50. Thank you very much. I think I've missed some donations actually. So Bill once again has given $20. Eleanor Hart gave $19.99 just because the lady loves an elegy. Well, don't we all, Eleanor? Thank you very much.
Wasn't that a pun on the just because the lady loves milk tray? Do you remember that advert from the 90s? Was it the 90s?
No.
It definitely was an advert for milk tray chocolates.
Well, there you go. Eleanor's
It made me laugh.
About
it
that.
made me chuckle.
Thomas, thank you very much for your $20. Doc Bow has given $49.99. Thank you very much, everyone, for your donations tonight. Let me give Ian a loving heart. Sorry, I wasn't.
And Ian Garden also said that he doesn't have an interesting home organ at all. He said that for provocation purposes.
That's Ian saying that. I've played Ian's organ. I think people might like to see that, actually.
Everyone's played Ian's organ. Everyone who's anyone.
And I guess his organ gets around a bit, doesn't it? I think Ian's organ might go down well on BIS, actually. Anyway, let's go into our number 2 in Benjamin's list. This is Jesus is Coming Again. God.
It looks hard. Or does it look? Is geography involved?
No, I'm just wondering how it all works. I think it'll be fine.
Geography.
And Ben says this: I can imagine how this hymn appeals greatly to Bill Ratey, who likes triple meters. This is a simple hymn that we sung.
That's your payback for calling me an intruder. You get a coughing fit when you're mid-broadcast.
How kind. Thank you. This is a simple hymn that we sang at our Sunday Bible school. The simple message: Jesus is coming again. No human would know when he would exactly return. The Lord himself did say that, behold, I come as a thief. Behold, I come as a thief. Revelation 16:5. Look it up. But one thing is certain. It would indeed be a wonderful day standing before our beloved Saviour. So there's a little bit of an introduction, and then it goes into 3 verses. Oh, I must remember to scroll down. Okay. Thank you. Strepsil. Jesus is coming again at the end there. Definitely in a sort of a waltzy feel, isn't it? And I was very happy and relieved, I guess, to see people saying, and this is one of the favourite things that I see in the chat is, oh, I've not heard this for years. And someone said, I've not heard this since I was a little girl, or something along those lines. That was pretty cool. And Ian Garden says, I wanted it at my funeral. Oh, yeah, well, why not? Can I imagine John Hosking sort of skipping along to this one? There we go, so that was number 2, which takes us into Ben's number 1. So he says, it is called, let me find it, there it is. It may be at morn when the day is awaking, when sunlight through darkness and shadow is breaking. It's probably no secret that this would be my number 1 hymn in this list of hymns on the Lord's return, for I have requested this hymn twice in VC and had the immense privilege to have one of those requests played by John Hosking last year. Rather funnily, John's name has just been mentioned twice on VC in very short succession, who absolutely nailed the delivery with an impeccable performance. As to why this hymn being the most favourite has got to do with the refrain, comprising of such relatable cry, O Lord Jesus, how long ere we shout the glad song, followed by the glad song of exclamation, almost as though the Lord indeed returns midway, singing the chorus, Christ returneth, hallelujah, amen. During those troublesome times happening all around the world, fixing our gaze on him and having his sure hope of his return keeps us going on in our weary pilgrimage and in our work for God. Thanks, and with best regards, Benjamin. So this is Benjamin's number 1. It may be at morn when the day is awaking. Okay, I think I know how this one goes. I know this one. Let's have a bit of fun with it, shall we? Fabulous. Well, there we go. That was Benjamin Yau's top 5 hymns. So thank you very much, Benjamin Yao, for sending those through. Great selection, and it's really good to have you involved with Virtual Church. Thank you for everything you do with regards to your time stamping. So thank you very much, Benjamin, for that. If you want to send in your top 5, please do. virtualchurch@beautyinsound.co.uk. Okay, I think we need to put those on. What do you reckon?
You want me to put one on?
Yeah. But it's now the sort of
you can have
the party
You
time.
can have the crumpled
Why
silver
do I
one.
get the crumpled
because you
silver
called me
one?
an intruder in my own home. I get the pristine gold one.
Well, this one isn't going to fit.
You get the crumpled
That
silver.
fit? There we go. So we are still at Christmas. And actually, you know, Epiphany, the 3 kings. There we go. Just need, where's Nala to put her helmet on? Helmet? A helmet on Nala.
She was around.
Right, so let's party mode. Let's have a bit of fun. All bets are off now. Let's have a go at some of these live requests. And I tell you what, I will have a live request, and then
Here she is.
I would be very surprised if she allows you to put a hat on. I'm going to do a live request, and then I'm going to give you a very sneak peek of my Jurassic Park arrangement. Who wants to hear that? Give me a thumbs up if you do. Okay, before we get there though, let's go into Bill.
Yeah, Bill Ratey.
Bill
It
Ratey's.
is My Lord of Light,
There it is.
who made the worlds.
My Lord of Light, who made the worlds, in wisdom you have spoken, but to those who heard your wise commands, your holy law, have broken. Okay, so after this, if you want, I will give you a very sneak peek of the most famous film soundtrack of all time. Of Ev's.
Where's the pristine silver hat? Because Nala would love to wear it. What happened to it?
I don't know what you've done with it.
I've given you the crumpled
It's
one,
probably
but
over
the
there.
pristine one needs to be for Nala.
It's probably over there amongst all the tech.
Really?
Oh, we haven't lit the candles. Oh well. Let's have a go with this.
Oh, I don't know what you've done with it.
I think Bill Ratey likes sensible registrations. So Ben, I'm going to give Bill the clarinet.
I was having a, before we play this hymn,
Better be quick.
I was having a very strange, you know when you had the emoji thing,
Yep.
and I put a dog emoji?
Yes,
It's because
trust
I was
you.
thinking about dogs. I was thinking if Romsey Abbey's a spaniel, like English, aged well, just like kind of can be loud but not that loud, very nice, refined. What breed of dog is this organ?
Well,
I put this to you, congregation. What
Chat.
if Romsey Abbey is like a spaniel? What breed of dog is Doodle-Ange?
well,
Big and loud.
let's have a go then. See what they say. See who comes up with the best answer for that. Jack Russell.
That's not.
beautiful tune. It's Barbara Allen. Of course it is. It's Barbara Allen, that's what it was. Right, this quick one. Alan, saw your request in the form, but I couldn't see your request on email. I don't know whether you sent it or not. So I'm having a little bit of a thing tonight. A couple of people have said they've sent a request through via email. Haven't received it, I'm afraid. The requests have to go to virtualchurch@beautyinsound.co.uk or richard.beautyinsound.co.uk. But I don't think I haven't received it, so sorry. Well, I'll have to put it in the backlog for next week, I think. Okay, so I saw some thumbs up, and also I'll give you
I saw some dog breeds too.
Sneak peek, only a very sneak peek of the Jurassic Park tune, just to sort of show you how it's coming along. I haven't done too much of it yet, and it's going to take me months to do, so don't get too excited just yet. Well, you can, of course, but I haven't done much yet, so I'll just show you what I've done. Hopefully tease you, because I think it's going to be amazing. The difficult thing is actually drawing out all of the famous bits from the soundtrack itself. So let's have a go, shall we? A little bit of Jurassic Park. Give me your thoughts. Okay. I obviously haven't registered, and this won't take long because I'm not going to play too much, as I keep saying. Good dinosaurs, yeah. Good dinosaurs.
Eleanor would tell you what they were.
She would. There you go. Just that's maybe 2 days' work. Doing all of that just got me there, and there's a bit more after that, which I'm going to save for another time. So early days, and of course haven't got anything set up yet, but it will take a lot of tweaking over time, but it's coming on.
So my dog breed,
Yes.
for this organ, we had the usual suspects like Irish Wolfhounds, enormous dogs, Great Danes. Tim Carrington made me laugh. He suggested one dog under the Dangerous Dogs Act for this organ. So loud that it's dangerous. I thought that was quite funny.
What was that?
this organ. If it was a
No.
dog breed, it would be under the Dangerous Dogs Act. So
What,
an
Whippet?
XL bully or something,
Oh, no, no.
or a pit bull terrier.
Yeah, they're illegal in this country now, aren't they? Or they're going to be.
Yeah, they are.
Right, anyway.
A dangerous organ.
Now we've decided what dog it is. Let's go on to some more hymns. Let's have a go with Ben Wallace's, shall we? My shepherd will supply my need. Have we got that one to hand?
It's right there. I've already prepped it for you.
Thank you. Oh, good. Well, you can
Because
tell
I'm
me
so efficient.
Massively. I can't keep up with your efficiency. So,
Blackburn is probably a Hungarian Vizsla. Ian, it's a bit off the wall, but lovable.
I don't know these breeds.
Well,
I know, like,
you need to get with your dog breeds.
Labradors.
You know, you said
Whippets.
Lamborghini then, didn't you?
No, I said Labradoodles.
A Lamborghini. A Lamborghini.
That's a raging bull, isn't it? A Lamborghini. Or some sort of. Okay, here we go then. So, my shepherd, you supply my need, as requested by Ben Wallace. It's a hymn with beautiful music and also beautiful words. Here would I find a settled rest while others go and come, no more a stranger or a guest. Sorry, but like a child at home.
Oh no, Nala, no. There's a creature with 4 legs and a tail. Nala.
No, well that's no
Nala,
good.
no, she's gone behind the Christmas tree.
Well, get her out, quick. Pick her up, quick, take her out. Quick, run, 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 run. Quick, she's got it, quick, run, 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 run. No, through the front door. Front door. Why did you go that way? There isn't a door that way.
Go on, Nala.
Well, I'm glad I'm busy. I'm glad it's not me. I don't know why you went that way, it's a dead end. It's silent, and there's lots of shuffling. She's not talking to me now. God. Oh dear. Right. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going
Nala.
next? Oh. I don't know where I'm going because everyone... Oh, let's go for Dean Moran whilst the rodents have been sorted. There's a mouse in the house. I've seen the episode of Friends where Monica says, put the mouse back in the house.
I've got it. I've got it. It's alive and well.
Well,
I've got it.
why did you walk that way? Like,
I was
dead
going
end.
to try and shoo her out the cat flap, but it's fine. I've rescued the mouse now and it's alive. It's safe and well, folks.
Right, we have a gospel to proclaim. Good news for men in all the earth.
Bobby, leave it alone. Bobby.
Oh God, now
Big
Bobby's
Bobby.
at it now.
Go
the
away,
gospel
Bobby.
of a Saviour's name. We
Poor
sing his
thing. Go
glory. Tell his worth. Tell of his birth at Bethlehem.
You two, you're so
Not in a
naughty.
royal house or hall, but in a stable dark and dim, the word made flesh, a light for all.
Goodness.
Nothing to see here. No mice. I don't know what you're talking about. No, don't know anything about a mouse.
Don't worry,
No mouse.
Mousy, I
It's
got
just
you.
seamless here at BIS tonight.
I got you,
Seamless.
Mousy.
You know,
Mousy, come
it's
on
a
now.
new year. The first broadcast of the year.
Yes.
You know,
Yes, we got
you
you.
start as you mean to carry on.
Got you, Mousy. Oh, don't
Don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see a mouse.
worry, Mousy. I've got you, okay? No.
an absolute racket, but you have to imagine big congregation singing, and really getting the congregation roused and excited and enjoying themselves. How's the mouse? Is there a mouse in the house?
No.
That we know about.
It's been released.
Right, it's been released. Phew!
I sent it off with blessings from around the world.
Okay.
And it jumped out of my bowl and jumped and legged it.
That's
back into the dark.
An excited way to do it.
Well, it did. It couldn't wait to leave.
Songs of Thankfulness and Praise, number 56, in the NEH. This one comes in from Thomas. We've not had this one today. No.
Yeah. Have we not?
No.
Oh.
I thought, no, we hadn't, but it's a good one for Epiphany. Songs of thankfulness and praise. Jesus, Lord, to thee we raise, manifested by the star, to the sages from afar, branch of royal David's stem, in thy birth at Bethlehem. Angels be to thee addressed, God in man made manifest. For Thomas Moronta. Okay, let's have a go. Have we got a voluntary for tonight, by the way?
Well, it should be the cipher played by me.
Oh God.
That's Epiphany, isn't it? Le Trois Magi, whatever it's called.
Let's see.
That's what, isn't that?
Fantastic. Great tune. Thank you very much for requesting that. That's one of my favourite tunes, I think.
It's a good one, isn't it? It's
St.
a
Edmund, it's
strong
called.
tune.
Yeah, songs of thankfulness and praise. Jesu Lord, to thee we raise. Words by Christopher Wordsworth. Surname always tickles me. If you've got a surname like Wordsworth, you're going to be good with your words, aren't you? You're going to be a Wordsworth. Thy strong word did cleave the darkness. At thy speaking it was done. For created light we thank thee, while thine ordered seasons run. It's best if it flows. Alleluia. Praise to thee who light dost send. Alleluia, without end. I want to have all 6 verses of this. I don't think Rossthorn has done anything with it. Oh yes, he has. There's not really much you can do with this tune, but let's see. So let's just have 4 verses of this hymn, this wonderful tune called Ebenezer. that was, I believe, our final request tonight. So, all that's left for me to do now is to say a huge thank you to James Palmer. Of course, to James Palmer, always to James Palmer. But what I actually meant to say was Josh Wilson, who has been producing tonight. He's been keeping an eye on the requests and letting me know what to play and who's been requesting and all of that sort of good stuff. So thank you very much, Josh, for your help. It is unquestionably crucial for the success of BIS. So thank you very much. So now for a voluntary, James, happy to take the credit. I'm always grateful, James. I'm always grateful. For a voluntary, what shall we have for a voluntary? I don't know whether we should play this. Someone requested some Bach earlier.
545.
545. Was that right? Is that
Tim Van Elderen.
Tim Van Elderen. Okay. Well, shall we have that one? That's quite a good one. In fact, we had that quite recently, though, haven't we? Were there any other requests? Let me open it up. Any voluntary requests for you tonight? Let me know, and I'll see if I can play it. Make a request of something that I've played, or that I can play. That's on my hymnal, on my iPad, or can't have too much 545. Well, there are other pieces by Bach that I could do. Dubois, well, Dubois, yeah. Carge Alert, I don't know. Oh, Tim, but did you? Yeah, Carge Alert, the Nun Dankert. Had it a few times here.
You were playing that when you clicked over to 100,000. I'll always remember that piece.
I will never forget that either. That hornpipe thingy, Rule Britannia, etc. I know exactly the one you mean. 544.
Hornpipe humoresque.
661, 662. Is that non-com? I think there's the non-coms. Fugue in G minor. Stanley's a nice one, but I haven't actually got it to hand. Which fugue in G minor do you mean? Do you mean the older? I haven't played that one for a while.
I think he means
Orban Scepter would be good, but I need to sort of practice that one. And Dearest Freude, yeah, well, we could have that. Dora, I don't play. That's the only major Bach Prelude and Fugue, Toccata and Fugue that I don't play yet. I need to play that. It's ridiculous. I should play that. I will learn it this year. Promise. Hold me to that. That's another thing to add to the list.
On the clipboard.
Well, I could play in Dearest Freude. I know it's a great piece for New Year. Pomp and Circumstance number 1. Don't know about that. I might just have to put my fingers around it. No, I can't do number 1. Not without practicing it.
Humpty Dumpty.
Right, come on, let's have them.
Oh, it's not on.
Oh, Trislanda, are you well remembered? That was a long time ago. I did, didn't I? Yes. I did a video where I learnt the toccata live online, but I never performed it. So it wouldn't be starting from afresh, but I'd completely forgotten about that. That was a long time ago, that. So Trislanda Adventures has got a good memory. It's been around for a long time.
Paying attention.
So we haven't had
a
any
heritage listener, no less.
Yeah, that was certainly 3 years ago, I think.
Oh, Steve Richer.
Oh, Steve. Well, Steve, yeah, well remembered. So what we're going to have to show that Bach, in Dearest Freude, that was requested by a couple of people. Do you have that one then?
Yeah.
Unless anyone else, it's quite short. Okay, we'll have this, and then we'll call it a night. Although RX was RX. Ian, it's Richard. X with a kiss, like us English people do. We'll put an X. My name isn't RX. Rex. Although it would be a pretty good name, actually. I wouldn't mind being called Rex. I never really had a nickname.
Oh.
Not to my face, anyway.
I've got to go.
I was always Richie, or Rich, or Rick.
You go.
Right, so in Dearest Freud, in You is Joy, which is it's sort of been a Christmassy piece or a New Year piece. So Bach, BWV 615. This organ is wonderful, yes, but I would say doing Bach on it, you were a little bit limited. Not limited, but getting a bright plenum on it. Let's take out some of the weight. So what we're going to do is have the mixtures across the divisions, but I'm going to take out some of the 8-foot, because the 8-foots are quite big. Okay. Okay, no greater pedal, even though there's no pedal mixture on this organ. So that would normally mean you do add greater pedal, but the grate, when you're playing on the grate or the Hauptwerk, does go lower than the pedal and it crosses over with the pedal, so it can get a bit messy. No swell reeds. The smaller pedal reed, so the Fagotto, rather than the big bombard thing. And yeah, I think that'll probably do it. Okay, so let me know what you think. We want a bombard. Oh dear. You don't want much, do you, Ian? realised, Sandra, that actually now I wasn't showing the pedals, was I? So this is what this is what it looks like from the pedals perspective. I'll just play the first bit again for you. I won't play it all again, obviously, but yes, I should have had a pedal cam on for that one. Anyway, I think you've heard me play it before, and I'll probably play it again. Is there anything else that I need to say tonight? Apart from everyone, Happy New Year to everyone. I really hope that you had a good Christmas. We did.
We did.
We had Christmas here, which means that we were hosting and entertaining. Quite a busy house.
Nala was entertaining, weren't you, Nala?
Very, very cosy in this room when people are, when the table's out and people are eating. It's the organ.
We had a toddler sing along, didn't we?
You wouldn't think it, but this organ's
on
rather
this organ.
large, actually. It takes up quite a lot of space in this room.
We had a toddler sing along in here on Boxing Day with 4 children under the age of 3.
Yeah.
Richard, some jingle bells, and the organ, obviously.
That was good fun. Yep. So I'm just looking forward to having the new music room. So this time next year, I won't be sat here, but sat over there.
Nala will still be sat right here.
In a new music room, and we'll be able to actually use this room as our family entertaining room, which will be a relief.
And we'll get a new carpet.
Oh, the carpet's all right. The carpet's staying.
It won't be a carpet.
Carpet's staying. Isn't it, Nala? You wouldn't change the carpet, would you? Okay, so I've given you a list of what I'm going to do this year, so quite a lot. Oh, I'm already quite tired thinking about it, but I'm really looking forward to doing that. I'm going to get back into the habit, by the way, of giving you a monthly schedule of what's coming up, so look out for that. If you haven't already, make sure you are subscribed and make sure that you have the notifications set to all, because I get the feeling that some of you are missing my midweek uploads, which makes me very sad.
It's a great shame.
Because I put a video online last week of me playing 7 hymns on the organ of Southwark Cathedral, and I thought more of you might be engaging with that, but alas. So if you haven't checked it out, it's 7 magnificent or 7 wonderful or 7 incredible hymns on the organ of Southwark Cathedral, all well-known hymns. Please do go and check it out, because I think I recorded it for you, knowing that you'll like it, and it makes me sad that
Ferrari watched it.
That you've not seen it. So go and check it out, please. Ian says 20 plus C plus M plus B, 24. Bless.
That's what people
So
chalk
20.
onto the church building, isn't it? You write that every year.
I'm not sure, do you? Well,
Yeah.
Let's give thanks to people for their hospitality. William Tell, thank you very much. Tan, sorry, thank you very much. I think it was pretty awesome. The organ there is really, really awesome. Richard Allegra saw it. That's good. Leave me a comment in the video, because I don't know who's seen it. I think it's only had like 20 comments. So I don't know who's watched it. I have notifications on my phone, too many notifications. Whenever people leave a comment on any video, it lights up, and I sort of read it, and if it needs a response, I'll try to respond to it. By the way, go and check it out. It's pretty epic. I think it's the best organ sound that I've got, actually, out of them all so far. Okay, before I start choking, because I've got a cough brewing, I can feel it, I'm going to say good night. So you take care, everyone. You stay safe. It's wonderful to be back, and I can't wait to share 2024 with you. Lots in store, and it's going to be really exciting. So stay tuned. So until next time, I will say a cheerio. Everyone's gone. All right. Good night. Bye-bye.